Hi all, welcome to my channel, welcome to my world. This is the world away. We got some big boxes today. We have got stages 3 to 6 of the Hash Apartment release, a build to Doctor Who Dalek. Exterminate! And it's no wonder they're so big because we are going to be building this top section here. Now the top section you're looking at here is actually what I created in the trial. So I am going to compare if there's any differences between what we've got in these packs and what we've got in the trial here. Now after these packs, the trial is now obsolete because we only did 3 stages, I think, in the trial. So it's going to be interesting to see where we are actually going from this. Now, if you want to get this for yourself, I have put a link in the video description, and there's also a QR code on the screen. This is now going to be one of the most watched videos on the channel, I think, this year, because there's a big Doctor Who fan base out there. So I hope you enjoyed these 4 stages. Without further ado, let's get cracking. And I'm not joking when I say big boxes. Look, check this out. So let's open this up. And this is what we've got in pack 3. So we've got a massive box there and the magazine. Each stage comes with its own magazine. Now remember, this is available in the US as well as the UK. So this is the magazine here. And as you can see, we are going to be putting this dome together. Putting these sides on and then putting this just like that. So it will be interesting to see if there is actually any difference between the 2 domes. But there you go, and that's what's coming in stage 4. You know what I like about Hachette Partworks? How they very rarely use plastic. A lot of the things here come in paper. And look, they also providing a screwdriver as well. Okay, so to start, we've got this base ring here looking like this. And this base ring does have a notch here. And the dome, as you can see, has got the notch here. So we're just going to be lining those 2 parts up like that there. Now we are going to want to hold these together, and that's what these sections here are for. These are basically brackets which are going to be joining the tops to the bottoms. So if I do keep it upside down just like that, on these circle sides here, you'll see that I've got a place for these 4 adapters, and they're just going to go over the top just like that. So one this side, and then one this side over here. Now they're going to be held in with BP screws. They're in these little bags here. And each side has 4 screws. So I'm going to get these brackets in first. So then we're going to be putting these brackets on. Now I want the one that's labelled number 2. If I've got this way round, that one's going to go just on there. Once again, held in with BP screws. Just into the point here and at the top there. And then once that's in, on the other side, just here, I've got this one to go in. I've already got a BP screw loaded on this. So one there, and one just at the top here. Perfect. I've got 2 more little tabs left, which are labelled 4 and 5. Number 4 is going to go into this position just here. And number 5 will be going into that side there. So we've got 4 and 5. Again, BP screws to hold these in. I am using a PH1 screwdriver here, so I can get a lot of torque to get these nice and tight. Now I can already see the difference between the trial and this one, that this comes in 2 pieces, but the trial was 1 solid piece. And I will show you that in a second. There we go, that's those in. So this is now what that dome section's looking like. I'm going to be putting some parts in the outside now. So where we've got this opening, I've got these metal sections. These are metal. And I'm just going to line up where they go. One's just going to go in this side here. And the other side is going to go in. Oops, let's just have a fiddle around to get that in. It's going to go in there like that. So that's how that looks. Now they're going to be held in from the other side with AM screws. Now this time I am going into metal. So when I put these screws into here, I have put these in some oil. And it's going to enable me to screw these nice and tight without breaking my wrist when I put these in. And when the first one's in there, it should fit nice and flush in there like that. Same on the other side. And get these in nice and tight as well. So both of those are in. The last thing we've got is this cover here, which is going to go over where the eye stalk is going to come out from. We're just pushing that into the lugs here to make sure that's nice and flush in there. And again, turning this over, just making sure that they are in. It's only a push fitting, so that's in place just like that. What I'm going to do now is bring over the trial version. Now in the trial version, I can tell you now, these look exactly the same size, but as you can see, the difference is, whereas this was 2 pieces and you've got this line going around here, in the trial version we didn't have that. These were metal though. All of these are the same, but in the inside we didn't need any of those brackets like we had to put in there because this was 1 piece. So that is the difference between both of these. But as I said, it doesn't matter which one you have, they are all the same size. So not too bad, huh? But that's the end of that stage. I wonder if the reason why they made that into 2 was obviously shipping it to newsagents. So if you had it as 1, it's a big box, and I'm sure shipping to all of those newsagents around the country would cost a lot of money, I'm guessing. But looks good, looks good. Okay, stage 4. Here is the magazine. Now I would have never seen this because, as I said, in the trial we only had 3 stages. But this is the magazine here. And wow, we've got some bits in here. Look at this. So I'm probably going to get all of these bits out, putting them in here. It looks like we've got the top light, the ear light, if you like. What is it called? The eye, arm and left energy dispenser assembly. That's what we're doing. Putting all of this together. Very iconic how this is going to end there. And that's what we got coming in the next stage. Okay, loads of bits here. Look, check this out. That looks excellent. Okay, this bit here, which I think we need now anyway, is solid metal. So you can imagine the weight of this. What we're going to do is actually put a panel in here. So this is a data panel we've got here. It's going to be going into the lugs just here. Make sure this is round the right way. Whoops. And that should push in there just like that. It can only go one way. It should hold itself no problems. We are going to be putting this onto the dome section here. So it is going to go over the top of this section here. So I'm just going to line that up just like that. So now that's in there. Perfect. Now it's being held in with AM screws. We need 4 of these. And again, it's metal. So turning it over. And I'm going to be putting these into the screw holes here. Do the opposite corner just at the top here. That's 2. And then I'll do the other 2 now. Excellent. And when that's in, just checking that's in nice and tight, that should look like that. Put that to one side. And I'm now going to be bringing over the section that I was just fanboying about when I just got this out. I'm going to make sure that this is actually sitting in here so that the lugs are either side of this plastic surround here. Now I need to just push that firmly in place, so now that's locked in. Then I'm going to be bringing over this light bulb here. Check the connections are okay. Now I can check this bulb is working okay, so I am going to plug this into the test board that I've got here. Just put that in there and then turn this on, and you see that light comes on there. That's pretty cool. Okay, so we know that's working okay. Just unplug that. I want to cover this bulb so it's not too bright, and that's what we've got this for, which is just going to go over the top like that. And then this whole section here is going to be going onto the underside of this. Now we need to just align this so that the locating lug and the holes all line up, because these lugs do have different size holes in them. There you go, and that should fit nice and flush in there like that. Now we do want to hold this into place, so I need some AP screws, and we've got 2 places to put them, one this side that tight, and then just one on the complete opposite side of that over here. And there we go. That's that light into place. Now the next step wants us to test it. We don't need to do that. I've already done that. But I am going to be putting this now onto the dome section here. It's going to be going over this side just here. So if this is the front, it's going to go onto this side. Put the wire through the hole. And then I want to align two holes that we've got here, making sure I'm not pinching any wires with this section, so it sort of locks itself into place, so you can't really turn it. But that's why we've now got these Allen head screws to put in here to hold this into place. So I've got the Allen key here, and I'm going to tighten these up. So that's the top one in. It's going to hold that nice and tight on there. And then I'm just going to do exactly the same thing, just with the bottom one here. And get this one tight as well. Now you want to make sure that's tight enough so that there's no wobble in this. That's in nice and secure there. Now once that's in, I can take the eye stalk. That's the next thing to do. Put that through this section just here. Turn it over. And I want to put this fixing plate over the eye stalk, which means I need to put the wire through this. And I need to ensure that that's going over that sheath just at the bottom there. Now this whole thing is going to be fitting into this section here, probably best on the top camera here. So I'm going to be putting this in here, making sure it's fitting nice and flush over the lugs. And at the same time, I'm making sure that bridge is sitting in there as well. So that should be nice and flat in there like that. Now I'm holding that in once again with two AP screws. And that's going to keep this into place. So as you can see, that can't move now. And we should have this wire coming out through the notch in the side of this section just there. Because what I'm about to do now is put this top on. Has got locating lugs just in that centre bit that's going to go in here. So it's a case of lining this up just like that. And that's held in with BP screws. 4 BP screws, as you can see. Get them in. And then if you have a look at this, we've got a side of this which has got a cross on it. And if I turn it over the other way, a side that looks like that. The side with the cross in it is actually going to be going into the hole just here. So I'm just going to get this up. And the way to get this lined up is that the section we just put in has got some fulcrum points just on each side, which are going to go into these brackets just here and here. So then everything should line up like that. Happy with that? Now we don't actually fix this into place at this stage, so even though that's in there, that could just quite simply drop out there because we haven't actually clamped this down on these sides here. What we do want to do though is just get some tape, and I'm just using some painter's tape here, just to ensure that we don't pinch this wire here, which is coming from that light source that we put in first. So I'll put a couple of bits in. That stops that plug getting in the way, but that is all there is to do in that stage. So in stage 5, here's the magazine, looking just like this. And as you can see, we have got another part here. It looks like we've got another light with the diffuser, which is going to go over the top just like that. We do get to test this as well in this control board here. And then we're putting this panel on, which again is metal, so it's going to be quite a heavy panel. Putting that on, so that looks just like this. And this is what's coming in the last stage. So just get everything out of this box here. And you see what I mean? Looks solid metal. So once again, I am just going to check this bulb here. So I'm going to be plugging this into the point on this tester board which says LD. Put that in there. Turn it on. As you can see, the light comes on there. And I am going to be, actually fades on and off. Let me turn the lights off so you can see this. Look. See? fades on and off like that. And then when you put the diffuser over it, it might be better for you to see. There you go. That's how that looks. We're not actually using this in this stage though, so I can put that to one side. Bring over what we've been working on in this dome piece, and this section is going to go around this section here. It actually goes in this way. So I'm just going to line this up with the holes. So it fits on nice and flush to this panel here. That's how that looks. And you've probably guessed this is going to be held in from the other side with AM screws. It's going to be fixed in with 4 AM screws. So let's get these in. I'm going to put the top ones in first and make these tight. And then when they're in, I've just got these 2 down the bottom here to put in. Probably going to have to use the screwdriver that they actually provide because it's a bit smaller than my one. This one's going to be a little bit harder to get in. But by using oil, as you can see, it still goes in quite easily. So that's that one in, just one more here. And that one is going to be a right pain to get in. Let's see if I can, what I might have to do is actually just move this stalk over, just so I can get this in here. A little bit fiddly, just like that. So I can then tighten this one up. Very tight to do this one. Can I get it any tighter? I think that's perfect. So once I've done that, then I can actually put this back on the bracket there. So that's in, and that is all there is to do in that stage. So, stage 6, last one in this pack. Here's the magazine. And by the look of it, we're going to be putting this panel on, and we've got a lens again just for this, even though we don't have the carriage for this lens to fit into. We're going to be putting this panel on just like that and putting this into place. And we're just keeping the lens for the next pack. What's coming in the next pack? We've got another panel here, and there's that carriage for that lens to sit in. So bring the lens out and just check that that's okay. No cracks, looking good. Put that to one side, we're not using that. We are using this heavy panel though. And again, just from the weight of it, solid metal. And if I bring over what we've been working on here, we've been working our way around this way. So this one's going to be going on this section just here. So again, it's just a case of lining this up. So that fits flush in there. I've got AM screws once again. They're going to go into 3 points. So once again, I'm going to be putting these top ones in first. Ensuring I have put a little bit of oil on the end. It will make your life easy screwing these in. There's the second one. And trust me, the PH1 screwdriver does wonders for this. But unfortunately, I can't use that for the last one because it's tiny and my screwdriver won't fit in there. So I'm using the one that comes with it. And again, I'm holding this like that so I can get that as tight as I can. And there you go. So if I just put this back in the carriage there, I think what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put some tape over the top of this to stop it going anywhere. But that is all there is to do in that stage. That's all there is to do in that pack. And if I bring it up to the camera here, that is how that's looking. I know you want me to. There you go. I look like the Flash, the original Flash. Anyway, there you go. That's looking pretty cool, isn't it? And obviously this will eventually be able to go up and down once it's motorized. So great build. Hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, please remember to subscribe. Other than that, take care.